Hi there, I'm Allie Elliott.
Hi, everybody. I'm Allie Elliott, and I'm back today. This is going to be kind of a short one. I just wanted to jump on here. I am revamping my speaking packet and my speaking website, all fresh for 2022. And I just want to get a little feedback, whether it's right now in the chat or whether it's comments of YouTube or whether it's Facebook or Instagram or email, even. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you want to learn. We've all been kind of separated from one another for a couple of years, and we're starting to be able to get back together, back to our business the way we knew it before. So I want to know what you want to learn, what feels like a missing link for your business, and and really hit the ground running. Hi, I love to see people in chat. Um, I'll kind of go over what I've spoken about before, and most of these were in person. If you have ideas that you want to talk about virtually, that'd be great too. Um, yes, they're definitely more like presentations. That's what I know. I've been a speaker for 5 years, and most of the time they're in person. Um, so this is all super new, and I'm continuing to be a speaker in person as well. So I want to try to find a nice little balance to where they both work and everybody benefits. So far and away, my most popular presentation is unconventional marketing, and that has worked across a really broad audience. Mainly, I speak to professional photographers. Those are the guilds and the PPA affiliates that I speak to in person. But I've also spoken to a lot of small business owners, Chamber of Commerce, Rotary clubs, Ignite, those kinds of organizations that help entrepreneurs, small business owners get together and help each other out. Um, so, yes, I'm very new. And I know that the people that I'm looking for aren't really on Twitch yet. But everybody starts somewhere, and hopefully, I can bring some more of the audience that I have worked with over the past 5 years alongside, because I think it's a great platform for entrepreneurs and for business owners. And so, far and away, my most popular has been unconventional marketing. And what's cool about that is that there, every single presentation, I've done that one, gosh, probably close to 100 times. It's different every single time. Marketing is such a fluid part of business, and it changes so often that it's never quite the same. And once something unconventional works, you reuse it and reuse it and you reuse it, and it's no longer unconventional. It's part of your foundational marketing. So that is what is really exciting about that, is that it's constantly changing. And so that one is going to definitely stick around. I've worked on moving marketing, which is more video based, lighting on location, lighting in studio, calming babies. For many, many years, I was primarily a newborn photographer, and I've moved more into family portraits. I still do newborns, and I still love newborns, but it isn't in the bulk of my work anymore. Unconventional marketing, not to be confused with undercover marketing, which is entirely different. That's kind of the marketing that you do when you don't realize you're doing it. And it is every bit as vital and as important. And you do it whether you know it or not, so you might as well do it right. Are you ready for in person sales? Our industry has seen a big switch over the last 5 years to in person sales, and how to do that efficiently and with profitability. So I've worked with people on that. I've worked with balancing it all. I'm a mom to 6 kids. We're homeschoolers. My husband works from home. we coach, we, are within the community in other realms, and we've got a lot on our plate. But I'm a firm believer in having it all, and efficiency is key there. So I've worked with a lot of people on just being able to balance everything and prioritize so that everything that you commit to can have you fully. Visual storytelling is a really, and I did a couple of days ago, I did a stream on visual storytelling. It's another one that the core, the skeleton of it is the same, but you can revisit it and continually learn more. And that's probably the number one most popular topic that I offer that is not marketing. Um, that's kind of the fun part. Intro to print competition, PPA degrees. I will have 2 as of January. Marketing a portrait studio through art exhibitions, and I've done some articles and some in-person classes on that. Compositing is something that I actually learned on film in the dark room in college, and is a tremendous part of not only image competition but also part of my client offering, because I like to tell stories with my images. So that's been more important to us as business owners over the last few years. Post processing for portraits. I've never been one that's big on actions. I want to know how I'm getting to my result, and it's much easier than it seems like it would be. And it's overwhelming when you're just starting out and you're just learning. I started when it was just Photoshop. There were no numbers along with it, and then they're on like 20 now. I think they gave up on the numbers. But I know Photoshop like the back of my hand, and that makes me efficient. And we all need that efficiency. Now, one one presentation I developed in January of 2020 that has never seen the light of day is probably time for it to happen, because it is titled Hands-on Marketing. And it was revolving around human touch, and it's a full day presentation that is about connecting in person with people. And that is just, there have been plenty of times in the last few years that I've been like, you know what, that's probably outdated. That's pre-2020 marketing. But I think we're coming back to that. Some other topics have been Easter egg product placement type marketing. Let's see, I've got some very messy notes here that I'm going over and different things that I've used. Now, I have done all these before, so it's time for something new and something fresh and something that we haven't seen before for 2022. I think we're all ready to just start fresh. So I separate the presentation offerings into 4 categories. One is marketing, one is art as business, and one is work-life balance, and the final one is the art of technique. And then within those, marketing has several topics. Art as business has several topics. Work-life balance is a little bit smaller just because that it's balanced. So that's all kind of wrapped up into one. And then the art of technique, of course, has a ton, because there are always new techniques to learn and to kind of perfect. So those are the categories. New this year, again, I'm going to go ahead and offer hands-on marketing. I don't know how popular that's going to be amid mandates and limitations on how hands-on we can be in presentations, in marketing, and towards our clients, because we want to make sure they're comfortable too. Unconventional marketing will always be back, because there is always something new that you can do. But the core, the meat of that is going to be entirely different. So I don't know if maybe I should rename that, if I should rebrand it. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Undercover marketing is different than unconventional marketing, because that is the marketing that you are exuding even when you're not intentionally sitting down to market. Marketing is kind of one of those parts of business that is entirely overwhelming if you aren't familiar with it. Once you immerse yourself in it just a little bit, it breaks down a little more easily, and you can find your place in that marketing sea. I've got a new one that I'm really, really excited about, Marketing Plan Magic. In these 5 years that I have been speaking, oftentimes I will speak anywhere from 10 to 80, 100 people, and I'll always ask who has a marketing plan written out. Not just like an idea of what you think you're probably going to do, or like, fluid and you just go as you can. Hi, new viewer. But when I ask all of my classes who has a marketing plan, I will get maybe two, and they're real reluctant because they don't want you to dig too deeply into how thorough their marketing plan is. And then when I ask if they're actually using it and it's written down and you're checking it off as you go, then their hand slowly just fades away. This Marketing Plan Magic class will make it easy. We're going to put it on paper and make it possible and smooth for you to just check those off, and your whole year will be planned out. And I'm not talking about social media posts, just about that. We'll discuss that too. But in person, go back a few videos and see the stream that I did on the 4 marketing things that you could do right now. It was much more eloquent than that, but you get the idea. We will have layers and layers every month that you can plan out so that when you get busy, it's easy still and it's done, and that part of your business won't get pushed off to the side because you're busy. Art as business I've got a class titled Exhibitionist. Hi, Calru. And that is going to be how gallery shows, how museum participation, how image competition can all play a role in your business, in your growth, in your profit, how it's all interconnected. And on top of that, it's a part of your personal growth too. No, it's actually a business plan. It seems overwhelming. It's really not. You just have to break it down and start with the skeleton of it. And you start with a real solid, simple base, and then you grow from there. So I'll mark that down as another thing that I can add to what I'm going to discuss, because it seems overwhelming, but once you do it, you'll go, okay, I should have done that a long time ago. It's so much easier than I expected. Art as Business, another class I'm going to offer this year that's brand new, is True to You. It's about creating personal projects and creating client bonds through them. It is your art therapy, and it is also your bread and butter, because you're going to be able to connect to people and tell their story in a way that they can't. You can do that for them. And it's a really fun, immersive class that I'm excited to offer. Work-life balance is going to come back. That's just one class on efficiency in the workplace and prioritizing so that the things most important to you get all of you. Every single part gets all of you, and it's doable. It really is. Don't limit yourself by being your own roadblock. The Art of Technique, there are a ton of classes coming up for this. Lighting for every hour is one that I'm really excited about. I know that when I started out, golden hour, the hour before sunset, when the light changes, that was popular because everybody wanted sun flare, and that orangey thing. I'm going to show you how to light every single hour of the day. On a bright sunny day, you don't have to have open shade, but we'll go through all kinds of different options. How I'm going to stream that, I'm not really sure. That might end up being YouTube only. Compositing is another thing that's really important. And I'm going to check this question here. Well, that is what, I'll go over that. In fact, I'll move that up and put that on next week for a business plan. It's really simple. You just start with your goals. Sit down and write 4 or 5 of your goals for your business. Financial goals, emotional wellness goals, career goals that aren't necessarily monetarily related, just something that you're going to look back on and be really proud that you did. And start with that core, and you can go off from there on and just make a little graph how you're going to get to these points. Don't limit yourself. Set those goals high, and then you can work towards, it doesn't have to be this year. Consider a year from now, 5 years from now, where you want to be, and think of the big picture, and then break it down into the little picture, how you can make that happen. And throw your questions to me. What kind of business you have? If you're a photographer, I got you covered. If you're not, I got you covered. We'll figure it out together. That is the best part of this, is that you are in charge of where you're going to end up. So I'll quote my Peloton instructors. What you're not changing is a choice, or something like that. That is entirely true in business. And so if there's something you're not happy with, go ahead and change it. And I can help you with that. And there's no better time to start than now. You don't even have to wait till the 1st. Start now. So this is going to be a really short one today, but I would love to know in the comments. We've already got business plan added to their marketing plan along with your business plan, because marketing plans, what's going to help you reach those goals financially. Make sure, no matter what business you're in, make sure you're priced right. Don't undersell yourself. One of my professors, and I can't ever remember which one it was, so forgive me. One of my professors in college said, nobody will ever pay you more than you tell them you're worth. And that stuck with me, and I draw on that every day. Okay, I'm going to read this question here. I don't think that you need a partner to go into business. I started out as a sole proprietor, and I'm now a single member LLC. It's good to have someone who's been there, who you can bounce ideas off of. And if you know that you have a weakness, if math isn't your thing, maybe you farm out your accounting. If you are slow at editing, maybe you need to, you can either farm that out, or you can improve it. You can get better at it. You have to take a really hard look at yourself and figure out if there are weak links that are better off handled by somebody else. But I don't think you have to have a business partner at all. But have a place that you can go to get honest feedback. Just like in art, getting somebody who can be honest with you and not necessarily sugarcoat your weaknesses is a gift, and it is a great asset. So find somebody honest, but they don't have to be a partner with you. They just have to be somebody who's going to be honest with you and maybe has a background in business, especially if you don't. But just because you don't have a background in business now doesn't mean that you won't a year from now. There is a lot of growth that can take place within that year, and don't be overwhelmed, and don't feel like you're out of your league, because you can absolutely do this. Like the saying, how to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. So that is business in a nutshell. One bite at a time. Make your checklist and check them off one at a time. Get your tax number, get your licenses, your business licenses, get all your ducks in a row, and make it happen. But absolutely, one person can absolutely do it. That being said, make sure you follow me on here, and I'll be back to answer more questions and help put this into play for our businesses for the coming year. So you can follow me on here. It's free to follow me. It's free to chat. You can subscribe. That just takes care of ads. And follow me on YouTube, where these videos will go afterwards, and you can leave questions and comments under those videos too that I will see and try to address in the next video. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, and I look forward to seeing all of these businesses flourish in the coming year and see how far we can take it. And we're going to start with marketing plan and a business plan and follow them for the year. These are not going to be goals. These are going to be guarantees. So let's make it happen. Thank you so much for the interaction. I look forward to hearing from you more. Thank you guys.
That's why I do my mommy. Please.